What up, world? It's your boy Jaystar back again with the top five at running back for the week 11 slate here, man. So we got at number five, and like I told y'all with my top five this week, I'm gonna do a little bit something different, man. So for running back, we're gonna go with basically highest rush play percent, with of course still fantasy points, highest fantasy points thing, but we want to go and attack teams that are actually having the highest rushing plays, running against these teams. And most of those teams anyway is going to tie into the ones that are actually giving up fantasy points to the running back. So and I wanted to do this because like I said last week, I kind of missed on picking ETN, man, a little bit too much. And that was not, a team in Kansas City was not a team where a lot of teams were actually rushing the ball a lot against them. We know we did just have Saw, and I kind of got caught up into that. I feel like with seeing the Titans run the ball with Henry against them and then having success. We know you can run the ball against Kansas City. It's just that most teams are not going to run the ball enough against them because they most of the time get down and then they end up getting in a shootout and things like that, and they want to throw or get forced to throw more. But of course, Titans, they didn't have nobody to throw to. Plus, I believe the rookie has still played too at quarterback that game. So, but like I said, and it's the same thing like thinking about Jacksonville, they would have leaned on their run if they could have been ahead or something like that. But knowing we kind of already knew they was not going to be ahead, and I should have kind of steered away from, taking ETN. But like I said, I noticed that the most of the teams that had good running, fantasy points and stuff like that last week were teams that were playing against teams where it was a high rush percent, you know what I'm saying, and also a high rushing touchdown percent. So I'm tying in those notes, man, in with the fantasy and stuff like that to these top five today. So at number five, we gotta go with Ramondre Stevenson, man. Been just consistent, man. He's been so consistent over here in New England, getting the bulk load of the targets, man. Like crazy targets here, as we see 7, 7, 8 consistent targets, playing at home. So he's a home back anyways in a rivalry game. They're going to lean on the run. They're going to dump the ball to him. Already had a nice little 21 fantasy point success last time. I don't even know if he even scored a touchdown. I think he got there without even scoring a touchdown. Yeah, he didn't even score a touchdown last time. So I believe this time he does get a touchdown, which could possibly push him to a nice 27 fantasy points then. So, at number five, maybe he should be a little bit higher, basically. But I really do like him a lot. It's the highest I think he's priced, though. So do got to keep mind of that. But I still do feel like he's a good safe bet play. And at number four this week, we got the man that, to me, he kind of disappointed, even though everybody did that won at least last week had him in their lineup. But Saquon Barkley, man, is at number four, man. It's going against, fifth rush play percent, and as well as the sixth rushing touchdown percent team. So that means they're in for definitely running the ball with success against this team, and also in for a touchdown. Again, he's in play to get a rushing touchdown. So definitely feel like he could definitely still hit, maybe even bigger than what he hit for us, just this past week. Possibly if he gets 2 touchdowns, because if he had 2 touchdowns, he would have had a way bigger game here, and maybe a little bit more yards too as well. But maybe it's this game instead, another home game too for him. So against Detroit, and we know how bad they are, especially they don't usually score a lot on the road. So if the Giants is kind of up big too, they probably just lean on the run just to put the game away too as well. So then at number four here, who do I got at number? Not for number four. Number three here, I got, where is he at? Singletary, man, this week, y'all. I think we just seen Cleveland, man. They just been getting up a lot, fantasy points to rush, as well as, let me look at this again. So they're fourth, or what is that? Is that? No, my bad. They're ninth in rush plays, y'all, this year. So everybody's kind of rushing the ball on them anyways, and they're having a lot of success there, as well as they're third in rushing touchdown percentage. So if they get into the red zone area, they're giving up a touchdown in the rush, basically. So definitely feel like Singletary is in for that, because I do think they're going to kind of steer away from having Josh Allen throw the ball a lot as much as what they were throwing, at least at the beginning, maybe for the next couple of weeks, maybe, so I definitely feel like he's in for a rushing touchdown. I think he's in for some good yards too, even on 13 to 14 attempts. So definitely could be in for another 2 touchdowns, but I also think his yards might get close to at least to 100 yards in this game. So in for a pretty big game for Singletary, I feel like. And I know that's crazy to say because we know how Buffalo really doesn't usually run the ball. And they are a passing team. Most of their plays are pass for sure, but that also does mean that they would get to the end zone, multiple times. Even if you thought they was going to pass successfully. So, and I feel like they would lean on to the run and handing off the ball to Singletary for, a touchdown. So, or 2, like I said. So that's why he makes it at number 3. At number 2 this week, man, this is going to be crazy because I know a lot of people are going to be mad that I'm picking Patterson, y'all. But, like I said, I'm going back to the well here. I know he pissed off every fantasy owner. Just a Thursday night game and everything like that. But I feel like he's in for a big game this week, man. Chicago at home. Feel like they lean more on the run. I mean, this team already rushed the ball like probably over 60%, near 60% of their plays. I mean, they literally rush with every back they have. But I do notice when they get down there to the red zone, they do put in Patterson for those rushing, 4 to 5 yard, under 5, carry and things like that. So he could be in for about 2 rushing touchdowns in this game. He could also break, something big here. I feel like he's in for a pretty decent game here at 6,200 at home. Chicago gives up a lot of rushing yards and looks like, let's see. So percent wise, second rush play percent in the league and their second rushing touchdown percent too. So he's in for a pretty big game, man, if he could just get the ball the most, out of all the running backs there. And then at number 1 this week, who I got at number 1 this week? Oh, going all the way down here to where you at? B-Rob, man. Played a really good game against Philly. Rushed 26 times. Wow. They really was trying to keep Philly off the field, man. I don't think they're going to have to rush that many times against Houston, but everybody is rushing the ball most of the time against Houston, man. Like, it's not really fantasy points given up, in the past against them because everybody is just rushing the ball and having success against Houston, so they don't need to pass the ball. They are first in rushing plays against them, percentage-wise, so everybody's rushing the ball, and then they're first in rushing touchdowns. So they're basically giving up a rush touchdown almost every game, or at least every time you definitely get into the red zone, you're getting that. So I definitely feel like Robinson is in for probably multiple touchdowns here, and I definitely feel like he's in for I believe it's going to be his first 100-yard game. I can't remember for sure. I think he might have had one already, but if he did not, this will be it, and I feel like he might be in for his first multiple touchdown game too as well. So that's why he's at number 1 on the list. Who missed the cut this week? Let's see. Who was it? It looks like it's Jonathan Taylor, y'all. So Jonathan Taylor probably just missed the cut. We know this is a tough defense, but I do know we saw what B-Rob was able to do as well as a little bit of Gibson. And we know Washington, yeah, they run the ball, a few times. They kind of, but we know for sure the Colts run the ball every time, basically. Their whole strategy is to run the ball. I expect Jonathan Taylor to go from the 22 touches he just had to probably, if B-Rob got 26 touches, best believe Jonathan Taylor could get 30. Because they're going to want to try to keep Hurts and them off the field and do the same recipe that we saw Washington use, just going down the field on long drives to keep Philly off the field for them to get any type of rhythm. And the way you could do that is by having Jonathan Taylor have success rushing the ball. And, with being that this is a team that runs a 2 wide receiver set, everybody's into block, man. Everybody's in the block. And you have an explosive back. So I do feel like Jonathan Taylor could break something big here. Have another 100-yard game for sure and probably a touchdown. But just missed the cut because we know Philly defense could be strong enough maybe to slow them down and they don't get enough first downs to keep Jonathan Taylor out on the field and have long drives. So that's why he just missed the cut. But like I say, he is at home, and he's still in play and still super cheap, still $2,000 less than what he was at the start of the season. But that's it, man, for the top 5 at running back. Hope y'all enjoy. It's your boy Jaystar, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.